So, but to finish my point on the editing, so many of these scenes could have
Lady
had
ballers.
yeah, lady
No, you're
ballers.
fine.
They just went on a little too long, and most of the time they went on a little too long because they were fighting for jokes, and this movie was very much edited around the jokes, and that will kill a movie. So particularly a comedy, ironically, because I'm trying to think of another example.
Well, not to mention some of the jokes were very flat. Like they fell flat.
Yeah, that's, for example, this is probably the best example. The entire scene where they go visit the Badger guy, because I don't remember his name, that whole bit should have been taken out of the movie. It made no sense. It never came up again.
Yeah.
It never came up again. It didn't. And the guy's sane after. He's one of the more mentally stable characters in the movie after being introduced as the most mentally unstable. And we never found out what happened to the mascot that's locked in his basement, unless there's a post-credit scene.
I didn't even think about that.
And they're hoping you don't.
Oh my gosh, dude.
But unfortunately, my brain is so fantastical. I love plants and payoffs in movies, and I look for that crap.
Wait a minute. Who was it that had the mascot locked up? Who was it?
The Badger dude. I can't remember his name. The center, the tallest guy.
Okay.
The one who they kept calling fat.
I get it, man. You're fat, you're old, you're slow, you're very fat. It's like Shaquille O'Neal if he was mediocre and white.
Well, at least I'm not fat.
Disgustingly fat.
You're not fat.
Even though he's not fat at
Oh,
all.
yeah. Well, after he shaved, you know, because he had like a big beard, and they were calling him fat, and then he shaves, and then he's miraculously skinny. I'm just like,
That's the other thing. He's
no, I was
not
like, I
fat.
get it. No, but I know it was going for comedy, and it was kind of funny because, like, I mean, how many times did we do that as kids? We would call people fat who weren't fat just to get a rise out of them.
Yeah, that's
Because I'm sorry, anytime you hear fat, like as you get older, you can like, yeah, fuck you. But like, you know, as a kid, you're like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
whatever.
You are your mom.
We grew up in the '90s, man. We had a comeback for that. You remember that? PHAT fat.
Holy shit. That's so cringe, but it's so funny.
Man, the '90s were full of. I don't know how you could successfully be verbally bullied in the '90s.
They were full of these colors.
They were. It was a grand time. But I don't know how you could actually be verbally bullied in the '90s because we kind of had enough comebacks to be immune to it.
Our group, but a lot of other
society
people
at large.
They
because
didn't learn how to fight fight back verbally like us.
Well, at the end of the day, you always had, oh yeah, well I'm rubber, you're glue. Fuck you.
Hell no. Shit, I aim to put tears in people's eyes.
Or I know you are, but what am I?
Oh,
Takes one
up your butt and around the corner.
God, I miss the '90s.
Yeah.
Or I know you are, but what am I? Takes one to know one.
Yeah, you can't say that kind of stuff nowadays.
Sure
you
you
know?
can.
And well,
Nobody gets it.
Well, I mean, you have to have your own platform like Daily Wire did. And, you know, and they're doing the right thing by doing what they're doing because they do have some good content on Daily Wire Plus.
They do. I was.
You know,
people still use the. Oh, they do. Ooh, that sounds cringe nowadays.
where is she near? What city?
In the Midwest. So yeah.
In the Midwest. Okay, so you're not far from. Okay.
I don't want to dox you without your permission.
Oh no.
But,
I didn't mean like specific location.
Yeah.
I meant just like vague.
Yeah, but in the Midwest.
But yeah, I was gonna say like
Do
no one
people-
around here does.
Hold on. Do people ope where you're from?
Oh my gosh.
I didn't even realize I did it until I saw
When you
somebody
run into a
pointing
damn
out.
door and you're just like, oh,
I do it with people all the time.
Run into somebody?
Michigan Southwestern. Yeah, so not you're very Midwest. So yeah, but this movie, the best way I can describe this movie is it was so close to being good, but if they had just gotten out of their own way, because the Badger guy and then the whole Jeremy's razor bit, that needed to be cut because it completely stopped the narrative.
Man, you guys weren't kidding. These Jeremy's razors are amazing.
And did you know that Jeremy's now offers a razor specially designed for women?
And don't forget about Jeremy's shampoo
And conditioner.
They keep our hair silky and smooth.
it was kind of funny.
It wasn't, but here's the thing.
He's like, oh man, good thing what did he say? Good thing I have these razors.
yeah.
And I was just like, hey, I was like, dude, get your get your fun or your oh my gosh, I can't talk today. Get your advertisement out in your movie.
So,
How about
but
it?
here's the thing, though.
They didn't do the chocolate though. That would have been kind of funny.
So they did a good product placement and a bad one in the same movie. The bad one was the outright breaking of the narrative, because the whole reason, and this is why I say it's bad, the whole reason that guy had a shaggy beard and was living in the woods is so they can make the Jeremy's Razors joke.
This whole badger murder thing is a weird tangent.
They changed the narrative of the story and took a detour so they can make a 2-second joke. That's bad writing. Now, when they're doing the press conference and Jeremy's is in the background on the wallpaper or the media board or whatever, that is funny because it doesn't take you out of the story at all. But for those that know, which if you're watching this movie, you know, it's there.
I see.
Or
that.
even if they'd had like Jeremy's chocolates out front, like that would have been funny product placement.